Attention to all stations. The Muntinlupa public warning system will take place in a few minutes. This is just a test.
The Philippines ranks third among most disaster-prone countries worldwide. Its exposure to natural hazards such as typhoons, floods, and earthquakes is rooted primarily to its location. It is along the Pacific Typhoon Belt within the Pacific Ring of Fire and above two tectonic plates. In the period 2000 to 2019, there were 7,348 major recorded disaster events, claiming 1.23 million lives, affecting 4.2 billion people, resulting in approximately $2.97 trillion in global economic losses.
Learning from the Yolanda experience and in anticipation of the big one, the national government, local communities, and concerned stakeholders put concerted efforts to dig much deeper in the country's disaster risk reduction and management programs.
Hinati po kasi namin yung mga threats and hazard dito sa amin sa Muntinlupa into two. So we categorize that as human-induced and yung mga natural hazards, no? So sa natural hazard, yung geological or seismological hazard, of course, andyan yung big one, no? Kasi na-transect nga po kami nung tinatawag na West Valley Fault and halos sa buong ano po, no? Barangay, buong city po ang na-transect niyan. And yung kung possibility ng pagkakaroon natin ng 7.2 magnitude all over the metro is hindi pa rin po natin iniaalis. Aside from that, of course, yung hydrometeorological hazard, no, wherein kasama po diyan yung mga typhoons, severe thunderstorm, yung mga storm surges. Although wala po kami sa geological na tinatawag na tsunami, ano, although meron po kaming body of water dito sa Muntinlupa, hindi naman po siya enough para mag-generate ng tsunami unlike sa Manila Bay. 8 of our barangays lies along the coastal areas of Laguna de Bay. So, yung flood-prone areas po natin, nandiyan yung threat ng flood, of course. Lalo na dun, in particular dun sa mga low-lying areas.
To prevent these nightmares again, disaster risk reduction management enables the government to design and adjust activities so that people and communities become safer and more disaster resilient.
With regards to disaster risk planning, Muntinlupa City placed 5th overall among highly urbanized cities in the Philippines and first in resiliency in the Cities and Municipalities Competitiveness Index 2020 rankings based on 4 criteria: economic dynamism, government efficiency, infrastructure, and resiliency. Resiliency is the ability of countries, communities, and households to manage change by maintaining or transforming living standards in the face of shocks or stresses without compromising their long-term prospects. DRRM plan is rooted in RA 10121, otherwise known as the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Act of 2010. The NDRRMP covers 4 thematic areas, namely disaster prevention and mitigation, disaster preparedness, disaster response, and disaster rehabilitation and recovery, which correspond to the structure of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council.
The challenges identified by the study include lack of capacity and coordination at the national level, gaps in legal frameworks and lack of guidance from the implementation, complex institutional arrangements, incompatibility of building codes and lack of enforcement, lack of qualified human resources, and inadequate understanding among the general public.
Ang development structure, walang masyado dun sa behavioral change, walang masyadong focus dun sa usapin ng enabling environment. Halos lahat nandun sa facility construction, no? Dapat merong mga people's participation dito. Ibig sabihin, yung accredited NGO ng accredited people's organization sa community ay dapat nagpa-participate sa decision making ng munisipyo. Ito yung tinatawag nating sectoral participation, no? Pag magawa ka ng local DRRM plan, or Local Climate Change Adaptation Plan, yung tinatawag nating LCCAP, ay malinaw sa guidelines na dapat ang tao ay nagpa-participate doon sa paggawa ng kanilang plano kasi sila yung apektado.
Despite the challenges experienced, the city of Muntinlupa is able to cope, proven by the awards and recognitions received by the city. Their goal is to inspire other cities for resiliency. The city also explores technological advancements. They have their websites which allows them to provide information with their constituents. They also have their Facebook page where residents can also directly message their office in case of emergencies. Based on analysis, the city of Muntinlupa, particularly their approach towards disaster risk, it follows a traditional public management approach. While other offices are maximizing the use of science and technology, the city still uses mediums that are being used by their people, such as radio.
One of the best practices ng City of Muntinlupa, of course, the RRM Muntinlupa, is of course yung establishment na tinatawag nga po or pagpapalakas nga nito tinatawag na early warning system, no? So when you say system, isa na po siyang kabuuhan na yun nga po comprising nga po one of the components ng system na yun is yung aming public address, no? Wherein before pa man po dumating yung isang impending na let's say natural hazard pa lang or disaster, ipinapaalam na po namin siya sa publiko, no? By means of several alarms and public address. So aside from that public address system, we also utilize two-way radio communication in each barangay, installed in each barangay, wherein kung meron kami mga announcement, no? Kasi sa amin po nanggagaling yung talagang vital information na critical para sa decision making ng ating local chief executive, and then para sa consumption na rin po ng community, iniraradyo po namin yun, no? So why radio, why not we use yung mga internet based communication like social media. So in every disaster, ang concept po kasi namin is when all else fail, radio will work. So that's why we utilize radio communication for an instant communication sa mga barangay and sa community para kung ano po yung mga announcement namin, maibababa po namin sa kanila on the spot. Kung hindi man real time, near real time.
So for now, ginagamit namin na sa micromanagement is yung aming BDRRM command center. Just susceptible sa fire yung aming area dahil marami kaming informal settlers, no? May mga area kami na vulnerable talaga sa fire. So, by that, ang ginagamit ko dito, yung Barangay Strategic Communications Network natin. Inissuehan ko ng unit, yung per area sa amin, na para magamit nila for the communication. Wala siyang load, walang lag, walang no signal, basta may charge yung radyo, magagamit ko siya. Dineploy ko to sa iba't ibang leaders, security guards, and other strategic entities. Yun ang nagiging tool namin, let's say, yun ang technology ko for the warning and prevention for the calamities.
Aside from this, they follow the procedural method proven by their quality manual. They also use administrative data in the generation of environment-related statistics that identifies the socioeconomic drivers, pressures, impacts, and responses affecting the environment.
Nag-establish po kami ng tinatawag na Hydrometeorological and Seismic Monitoring Unit, no? Dito nga po sa under pa rin po yan ng Operations and Warning Division. So that's one of the division of DDRM. So sa pag-establish nga po natin ng early warning system, yung public address system, so isang effective po kasi yon na pamamaraan para ma-disseminate natin yung information. So saan naman nagagaling itong mga informations na ito, no? So we are in keep of coordination with the agencies involved with this hydrometeorological and seismic monitoring like PBOX, of course, the official Pag-asa, yan, mga ganyan. So we also utilize international world meteorological organization like Japan Meteorological Agency, yung Joint Typhoon Warning Center ng USA, so like those, no? We also establish local weather monitoring system, no? Wherein yung mga local weather dito sa atin sa Muntinlupa, nagagather po natin yung information and with our technical knowledge naman po, na-interpret namin yon in a laymanized term, tapos i-disseminate po namin sa community sa lingwaheng kanilang maiintindihan po para mas epektibo po yung ating delivery ng impormasyon po sa kanila.
In this system, governance is based on a set of rules and regulations flowing from public law. The system of control is rational and legal.
Doon sa micromanagement naman namin, specifically for the barangay, yes, involved sila. Doon sa aming quadrant approach ng disaster mitigation, meron kaming kinuhang mga auxiliary brigade na matatap namin na by time na magkaroon ng disaster and calamity sa bawat lugar.
With regards to its effectiveness, it can be concluded that this method suits their community best. Knowing the background of their population, it cannot yet absorb the development in technology. It is recommended to have a better involvement of the people in the planning stage. A bottom-up approach can minimize the drawbacks coming from the traditional public management. Introduce technology incrementally so the community can efficiently use what available technology is in their hands.
So, on our micromanagement dito sa main lungsod, I am proposing na magkaroon ng Barangay Development Planning Office na siyang magiging policy-making body at magbibigay kung ano ang tatahakin dapat ng iyong barangay.
Meron kaming tinatawag na learning mobile bus. So, sabi nga kami yung kauna-unahan na LGU na nagkaroon ng ganito, no? Ang target nga namin doon, mga student, no? So, supposed to be nagkaroon ng pandemic, kaya medyo naging limited yung aming paggalaw. So, bali yun na i-roll out na rin namin, no, sa barangay, sa isang barangay namin dito. So, ang na-target muna namin for the meantime, yung mga barangay employees. Okay? Sa ganon, through them, pwede nilang i-share din yung kanilang na-experience to mobile learning bus namin na meron ngayon dito.
The city of Muntinlupa is indeed a reflection of how other cities should take disaster management to contribute to the strengthening of community resiliency and reduction of disaster losses.